All right, folks, so I was going to repaint this, and this wood has gone bad. The bottom of the box is still fine, but that little roof piece is bad. This piece here is still good, and the door is still good, but I need to replace that top roof. So I've got paint, I've got plywood. I'm going to have to pull this out of the ground. Now this box is powered from an extension cord buried under the ground coming out of my garage right there. It comes back here, and then this one is actually buried under the ground too, and it powers my shed. And this one's actually taped a couple times, some good Super 33 tape where I hit it with a tiller a long time ago. But I'm gonna I've shut the power off, so I've unplugged it in the garage, so I'm going to take this plug out, undo this wiring so I can get this box up out of here, and then we're going to work on it. I'm also, you see where that's starting to go bad there, I'm going to replace the bottom of this post as well and just get this box all fixed up. So let me get it unhooked and get it in the shed, and then I'll get you mounted on the tripod and we'll do a video. I just looked, it's been a few years since I've had this open, and it is pretty much, it's just gone bad. It's all clumpy and crappy. Oh, my pencil just broke. But yeah, it's a bad paint. I'm gonna have to go up and see what else they got on the clearance rack. It might be pink, it might be purple, I don't know. But we'll see what else they got. I don't know if these are made in the USA, but these have been good screwdrivers. They really grab those screws. Okay, so now this should be ready to come off. There we go. Oh, there is a wasp in there, and he is not happy. So now we'll just take and scrape this down. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, that should be good enough. So now we just have to fix the bottom of this. What we have here is just some rotten wood. I did not have any pressure treated lumber when I did this, so you can kind of tell that she kind of needs some pressure treated lumber. Let's see if we got, yeah, we got those out. And we'll try taking this one out. Problem with these is they're a star bit, but those would be perfect for what I'm trying to do. Alright, so I got some fresh paint. I just had to go to the Home Depot. I had to match it up to where it's about the same yellow. This yellow's gotten lighter over the years, but this is really close to the original paint. This is called Unmellow Yellow. This was $21, but they didn't really have any pre-mixed paints on clearance for me to choose from, so I just decided to bite the bullet and buy some really good bare exterior paint. And down here, I figure I'll just get the Torx bit out and use what I already have rather than spending money on new stuff. That paint was expensive. try this slightly bent one. See if we can get it to go in there. There we go. That'll work. I'll put them down here. Mark that one right. That's it. Roughly like that. This wood must be kind of old. Okay, so if those won't countersink, what I'm going to do is build a brace and just screw it in right here and then screw the roof down on it. These both sink in fine, so this piece of wood must be a little better than this old piece. Perfect. So now we'll just let that silicone sit up and dry. All right, so I got some fast setting quickcrete. I'm gonna use that. Some of the rest of this. That looks pretty good. Now we'll just get our hose and we'll wet that down. Let it soak in. There's some more. Let it soak in. There's some more. All right. Now we're just gonna let that set up. Okay, so I've had people ask, like, how did the electric fence work? It's really simple. You have one here that goes to the ground, and that runs over to this ground wire to a galvanized. You're supposed to use a copper like thing that you drive into the ground. I just used a piece of rebar and drove it down there and hooked the wire up to it with a hose clamp. It's been fine all these years. And then that comes here. That's your ground wire coming in, and it plugs in up there. And then this is the one that goes to your fence. And you can get like aluminum fence wire at Rural King or wherever. It's not too expensive. But then that wire has to be insulated everywhere. So I have these plastic standoffs and fiberglass rods and stuff that hold that wire insulated from the ground, and then it just sends a pulse. This is a pretty low powered fence controller. I've had it, I bought it years ago. It's always worked. And this one's rated for 2 miles of wire, but it's enough to make the groundhogs think about coming near you. They make more powerful ones that burn weeds and all kinds of stuff. The price goes up on them. This is just a little one I use for my garden, and it's always worked. I haven't had to replace it yet, so you know, this is what I use. And you just plug it in there, and then I have that switch outlet so I can reach in and hit the switch, being careful not to touch these two because it's gonna hurt. But I had to go ahead and clip this wire right here. I had to go ahead and clip this in order to hook it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just solder that back together, put a piece of good heat shrink on it. We're gonna strip this off right here, and we'll have to strip this one off. Come on, it's some tough insulation. We'll go ahead and just kind of stick the ends of them together a little. There we go. Go ahead and heat shrink it. Alright, so now we're going to hook our plug back up. And yes, I know this is not how you're supposed to do it. Right, you're supposed to use conduit and real wire and all kinds of stuff. I just didn't. There we go. All right, I got her hooked up. We're gonna see if we got power back here. We're gonna unplug our extension cord and plug in our underground cord. Yep, we got power. All right, so I got it painted. It's got one coat on it. It's going to need a second coat tomorrow or next weekend or whenever it'll get a second coat. But the electric fence is back up and running. Everything's secured, cleaned up. And I'll just have to let that dry and then give it another coat. But we are ready. Just got to take this stuff up and throw it in the trash real quick and come unhook the trailer and put the mower in the shed. But I did clean up my shed today too. I got rid of some extra propane heaters and stuff that I had. I just put them outside, out front with the sign that said it's free on it. Somebody came and took it all. So I'm just making myself a little bit more space in here because I'm running out of space, and I tried to clean up in front of the workbench there so that I have a place to come in here and work. Got my little Ryobi mower down there. I got this at a garage sale for like 25 bucks. Had to buy a cheap Amazon battery for it, and I've used it for years now, and it just works great. I did have to redo the switch. That like bar switch doesn't work, so I just hardwired a switch on there. But other than that, it works great. It's like maintenance free. You don't have to like change oil and do stuff. Slide the battery in and start cutting. I mean, I guess you have to sharpen the blade, but I haven't sharpened it yet. So yeah, this is my shed full of stuff. But yeah, so I am going to close this up, put the mower away, and go in and relax. I watered my onions and my beans again, so they're all set. And then the spaghetti squash, I'm going to let them sit outside and harden off for a couple more days. Then this like white line that's out here, you see, that's my watering line. Normally you run 2 of those, 1 for each side. I just don't have the water pressure to power 2 of them, so I just run 1 down the middle for the spaghetti squash, because when they grow big you won't be able to walk in them to get over there with the watering wand. So it's good just to have that, and I can turn it on and water those, and then turn it off, water the rest of the garden. So, all right. I'll talk to you all later. This is Tom, your Frugally Prepper.